1987, I really got into the Beatles, and I wanted a guitar like John Lennon had, and there was no place where I lived that sold Rickenbackers, and there was no way in hell my parents were going to fork out that kind of money for a guitar. So I wound up getting a Tisco Tulip, and that was my first learner guitar. But I always loved Rickenbackers and the Beatles and everything else. So yeah, that was always my mission to get a Rickenbacker. Well, it took many, many years. Last year, a friend of mine had bought me a 620. It was a maple glow, and I mean, it is a really nice guitar. I liked it, but it just didn't fit me the way I thought it would. It's a solid body, and they have the high gains in there, and it wasn't getting that beatly punch that I was looking for. So I wound up selling it, to kind of trade up a little bit. And before that, during the pandemic, I was really bored, and I was watching all these videos on guitar building, and I figured, well, maybe I should. So I went and I, got some wood. I got a first act guitar. I took the neck off of it, and this was like a bolt on, and it was kind of like my first try to Rickenbacker. It looked more like one of the Combo 1000 bodies. It was okay, but somebody offered to buy it. I sold it to them, and then I got the 620. But not long after that, I was wanting a 425, and well, I don't got that kind of money to spend to begin with. So I went down to the Home Depot there. I got some maple boards and put them together, and I made a body. And I also got a first act neck, and I bolted it on here. I did the whole UK theme on this one, because I love British music. Beatles, the Stones, the Clash, the Pistols, and all that. So I did a whole England theme on here. Then I did this, Xendiddley. That's kind of what I, was calling my guitars and diddly bows I was building there. And the toaster I have in here is one of the made in China pickups. I wasn't going to spend money on a Rickenbacker pickup for this one. I just have this for around the house. Just my little banger that I have. I put the outputs down here because I seen like on the 425s they were up here, and I just didn't like that sticking out like that, because when you're walking around and you're playing, you bump something, pretty much there goes everything. So I wound up putting it down here, which it should have been put down here to begin with. It's more convenient, well, for me, and it should be convenient for others. So but I did plot this. So anyway, this is Xendiddley Rickenbacker 425 I built. And yes, you can build these things. I mean, if you can't afford a Rickenbacker, I mean, these are, easy to build. All you need is just an outline of the, because this was copied after the 620 that I got. I put it down and I, traced it out. And when I cut it out, I did, a little bit of arranging on it, to give it more of that 425 type of look. This was kind of a pain in the butt right here, especially cutting that little part here out. But, it worked. And yes, this is a sandwich body. This is all maple. This thing here, the plate, this is that birch plywood. I got some of that and I made a plate out of it, which I like the wood better anyway than plastic on this one. Just, resonates more if you ask me. Even the plate on the back of here is birch plywood. I like it. So those of you who have those first act guitars laying around, you can do something with the necks. You can make them sound great. You can give them this little body here. Make your own little 425. It doesn't necessarily have to, be a whole neck through, but it works. It plays nice. There's no problem here. And all the I have like all the bands on here I like from England. I love British music and everything. So anyway, I wound up getting the 12 string, as you have seen in the other video. I mean, this 12 string is really nice. And yes, it does have the high gains, but I'm going to be switching these out pretty soon. I'm going to get some 1960 spec toasters, just so I can get that, Beatley Birds type of sound. Yeah, I'm still learning that, so yeah, I'm not all that great on this thing yet. It's taken a while to learn, but you know, I'll I'll get it. So anyway, I really like this. Even though it is the new model 36012, and like I said, it doesn't have the gloss on the fretboards like the original ones did. I'm kind of getting used to it, but it's nice. I like it. And like I said, I'm going to get toasters put on here, 1960 specs, to give it that classic sound. And I'm even going to have some wiring done here to give it that classic sound. It sounds good though, but I like the Beatley type of sound. I've always loved the Beatles, and just that 12 string George Harrison had is really nice. I mean, that's what I originally wanted, but they're not in stock right now, and I really didn't want to deal with the mail, so I got that. But one day I will have a 325, hopefully, and play some of them John Lennon songs. But anyway, to those of you who don't have a Rickenbacker, I just, hope to whatever that, maybe one day you'll get one. They're very nice guitars, even though, like I said, I don't agree with their business practices, because I've tried getting a hold of them in the past, and they don't answer your calls or your emails. What can you do? So anyway, that's the Rickenbackers right there. And maybe one day when I make a video, I'll have a 325 and doing some twist and shout, or there's a place. I mean, I like the older Beatles too. I mean, I like them up to 66. Some of the stuff they did after 66 was good and everything, but I like that older, Hamburg, Cavern era, the leather jackets and everything. And I always wanted to go to England, and I've always wanted to go to Germany and St. Pauli, the Reeperbahn, and look around, just see what they were doing up there. And hopefully one day I'll be able to do that. I mean, it sucks being poor, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So anyway, all you guitar fans, Rickenbacker fans, I'm gonna send this shout out to Steve Rempus. Check out his channel, Guitar Nuts Anonymous. It originally went by Rickenbacker Anonymous, but it's Guitar Nuts Anonymous. Check him out, man. He is like really cool. He knows his shit about guitars and stuff, so especially the Rickenbackers. Just go to him, check him out. And I want to give a shout out to guns and guitars. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have learned a lot of what I know now. Uh, his dude's channel is really good. You know, he teaches you how to take guitar kits and make them play more high end. I suggest that. And Dave's World of Fun Stuff. That's another one I learned some guitar repairs from. Check him out. He doesn't really like Rickenbackers, and he's got some funny stories about a Rickenbacker, but his channel is very worth checking out. So anyway, cheers, and check these channels out.